Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Grand Cat and today we are going to be looking at the Lightning Collection Remastered Power Rangers Mighty Morphin Red Ranger figure. In the previous video we looked at the remastered Green Ranger, so this is really a part 2 video because we spent a lot of time with Tommy, the Green Ranger, going over all the different parts, and this one we're going to be jumping right into. This is all presumed that you already watched the first video. So there is what the back of the box looks like. There's the side, and it is the exact same as the Green Rangers 1. On this side, you have, of course, Jason, who is Austin St. James, using the Power Morpher. Unfortunately, this one does not come with an unmasked head, which is very, very rude of Hasbro, because every single other figure in this line does come with an unmasked head, and they have not put it out yet, but I suspect that at some point in the future there might be a Red Ranger that comes with an unmasked head that does not come with the Dragon Shield. That is what I'm expecting, so that if you want a full set of your unmasked figures, then you have to buy an additional figure. So it looks very much exactly the same as the Green Ranger one did. So let's just move that off to the side. So this part here is going to be all of our accessories as such. There we are. And this side, oh, last time this just came off immediately. There we go. And this side is going to be our Red Ranger, which we are going to need to cut out of there. We're going to need to be just a little bit careful to make sure that we don't damage the figure in any way. To get off this little bit of sellotape, which does not need to be there, and it is also just ripped the bag, but no matter. Let us take a look at our Red Ranger. He does actually look really, really cool, and there is the Dragon Sword as well, which one of the things is the accessories with this do look really, really fantastic. And this side here, we have our red energy, and then we have a variety of different hands, the morphers, well, the morpher, and of course the 3 different blasters, the same as which Tommy Oliver came with. So, very quickly, let's go over everything. Now that we have it all unboxed in record speed. So there is our lightning parts, which seem to be the exact same as Tommy Oliver's, except they are now in green. This is the Dragon Sword, which is really well detailed. Oh my goodness, it looks astounding. I mean, I really can't. I have been doing unboxing videos with figures for quite some time, and the detail on some of these Lightning Collection ones is some of the best of which I have ever seen. It is very, very cool to see. The blasters look to be exactly the same, so we don't really have much more to say about them than we did in the previous video, other than that they exist and they look very, very cool. The hands, you have 2 closed fists. This one doesn't come with the. The dragon flute hand, of course. Instead, you have this one here, which is designed with the Power Morpher. And the Power Morpher, you can see, it is absolutely tiny, and it does have the Tyrannosaurus Rex coin in it. It looks very, very cool, and we're just going to place that in this hand here, because this is the Morpher hand. That is all this hand is designed for. It is not designed for anything else, just to look exactly like that. Very, very cool indeed. And the other hand, of course, is again the exact same sculpt. Now, we had some problems with this the last time. The idea is that this is supposed to go over sort of like this, But the thumb does get a little bit in the way. But if you can position the hand in such a way that's sort of like that, I think that looks good. When I was doing the photograph for the thumbnail for the Green Ranger, I did have a little bit more time to try and play around with it a bit. I think maybe if you could get the morpher to come down just a little bit more, it might make things a tiny bit easier. If it's something like that. Yeah, because if you can do that... So the way the morpher is that the hand is like really, crunched down with this. And that is the only way to get the thumb to actually sit in on top of that to be in this kind of pose. So that is what it seems to expect from you. We're not going to do that pose again here today. We did that before with the previous one. Let's very quickly go over the articulation. Once again, really appreciate that. That looks very, very cool. These are, of course, the power bands on the biceps. We're going to be removing all of this. We're going to take this off. So it looks like it disconnects from the back here as well. We need to... I assume that the feet are turned that way for fitting in the packaging, but it does look absolutely ridiculous. We're going to very quickly go over the articulation for Jason. That knee does not seem to want to bend. I'm being careful with it because I do not want to go breaking this figure. But, ooh, that is one stiff knee there. Okay, the other one is working with me a bit more. But this one, really in refusal. Oh, okay, we got him. It just took the strength of no less than 15 cats to get that joint to move. Once again, we have this really weird section here. In terms of the stomach crunch, it does move back. You've got like 3 clicks to work with. Doesn't come with a secondary unmasked head, unfortunately. You do have your feet manipulation as well, your ankle pivots and such. There's no toe pivot. We have the double elbow joint, like so. And he comes with the gripping hands for the weapons. Of course, you've got the bicep swivel, you've got the shoulder swivel, and there is butterfly joints hidden in behind this dragon shield here as well. So let's try putting him into a cool pose. Let's see here. Can we? Here comes the photography part of this. Can we do something like this and then bring this over? Now I'm going to need both of these hands to swivel in if I am even going to be able to attempt this rather cool shot that I am going for. We're going to try and do a two-handed look here, which is maybe a little bit ambitious of me, but if it works, it's going to be very, very cool. It's a little bit in refusal, to say the least. And we're going to try. It. Because that is what heroes do. You know what? I'm going to take this hand off. First of all, I'm going to position it onto the sword in the way that I want it to. And then we're going to reattach the hand back onto the arm. So, it grips that way, but I want it to grip the other way, which would be like that. So that is what we're going to have to do, and that's what we're going to have to try and connect into. So we want that to click in to there. And I think we might be able to. And there we go. There is a cool pose. Bend the knee, lean in, step back, rotate the foot out. And there you have the leader of the original Rangers in a very, very cool, dramatic pose. Yeah, that looks pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. that is pretty cool. So, normally we save this until the end, but this is essentially what we're going to do with the Red Ranger. So we're going to bring out the rotation gimmick. We're going to let you see him before we move into the second part of the video, where we are going to be making ourselves a Green Ranger. So, unfortunately, because there is no transformation head with Jason, we are going to put him into an action pose instead, like so. And that there is how Jason, the Red Ranger, is going to be displayed, except without the Dragon Shield. Because the Dragon Shield is absolutely 100% going to go onto our Green Ranger. I really do like the little morphing grid, kind of fire electric part at the bottom, the accessories just around the bottom of the feet. I think that's a very, very cool part. So there you have it. There is the rotation of them. Now we're going to move this all off to the side, including the rotation gimmick. It's going to go over here. And unfortunately, I think we might need to take Jason out of this pose, but that is probably the pose that we're going to put him back into once we are finished. So, oh, and almost forgot, we need to put the blaster in the holster, in its holster position. And can we sneak this in here while he is in his fighting pose? I sincerely hope so. There we are. I should have had that in from the start. But there we go. Very, very cool to see indeed. Possibly my favourite version of Red Ranger figures thus far. Possibly. It's very, very cool looking. So now, let's move these accessories off to the side. We don't want to get those mistaken with, of course, a Green Ranger. So, how do these parts remove? I think they actually just slide off. So we are indeed going to have to take off the hands once again. So I'm going to do this carefully, if I can. Ooh, okay, well, we got it, we got it. And this is just going to peel right off here, right off the shoulder, because we know that it does, because we've seen it from the other side. And there we go, and that just comes off there. With a bit of difficulty, it does come off. And it's going to be the same on this side. I don't think it's going to go over the hand, so I think I have to take off the hand as well. If there's an easier way to do this, I would love to hear about it in the comment section, guys. If you can. Oh, no, it does come over the hand. Okay, so we're going to keep those separate. How does this disconnect? It appears to just be these two little pegs here. There we go. And then, can this come over the helmet? I don't think it can, so we're going to have to remove the helmet as well. Nice and easy. Came off a lot easier than it has done in previous Hasbro figures, so that's good to see that they are improving. And Jason looks a little worse for wear than he has done. Let's see if we can put him back into his pose before we continue. So, oh my goodness. Right, let's regrip the hilt of the sword. We're going to regrip from this side as well. If we can. Oh my goodness, I literally just did this. Okay, so that is the position we are going for. This time we're going to bring the sword in a bit closer because we don't have the dragon dagger in the way. I'm going to bring this hand in here, clip this together like so, and there we go. Can I twist the sword just a little bit? And then, right, so what I want to do is I want to extend this elbow, if I can, and bring this arm in a little bit closer, bring this up a little bit, bring this head over and down, and lean forward, push into it, and do this a little bit, and how does that look? I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. That looks like a fairly good fighting style pose. So that's what we're going to go with. And now to bring back, of course, the Green Ranger. I'm going to bring back the green energy as well. This is going to sit over here, just off to the side, because that will come into use. And we are also going to bring out the helmet. I'm going to bring out this hand as well, because we are going to take away the morpher hands. But actually I'm going to give him a closed fist hand for the other hand. I think. This is what we are planning to do. For anyone that skipped into the video, this is why this video is so long. It is also a lesson in photography and in styling and posing your figurines. Which is not what I initially intended, but let's do this. So we're going to take away these hands and the morpher hand as well. Oh my goodness, so strong. I grip that hand there. Well, actually, before we do anything else, we should probably equip the power bands before we do any such other nonsense. I'm trying to get this past the forearms seems to be the difficult part, but it does eventually get up there. And you really want it up there pretty high on the biceps. There we go, that is one. And I don't know if there's a backwards and forwards to this, or if the bands are just one way. There we go, there is the power bands. We're now going to equip this one to this hand. And that will come into play a little bit later on. I think you can see what I'm probably going to go for here. And let's remove the unmasked head for David Jason Frank, sorry. Of course, Tommy Oliver. And we're going to equip the dragon shield to him, as he properly deserves. It is pretty cool to have a dragon shield that can... Why is there two holes here on the back part here? Can this actually link up to that part? And if so, why? Let's do a little bit of experimentation, folks. Or is this meant to be for like smaller figures? Like so that you can equip it to some of your smaller ones. That's the only explanation that I have. And now we're going to equip on the actual proper Green Ranger helmet, which does take a little bit of strength. It's always like this, the first time you try and get it on. Oh my goodness. Right, give me just a second, folks. I'm just going to clip this onto there. And there we are, folks. We finally got there. It is in refusal to... There we go. So there he is. There is our Green Ranger in all of his glory, with the dragon shield. Looking very, very cool. For some reason the exposure seems to be giving me lots of problems, so I've taken it off of automatic and put it on to manual. So now we're going to try and connect this into here and see if we can do the regular pose for calling the big old Dragon Zord. It's just going to take a little bit of work to get that in, like so. Now we just bring it up to the mouth to rotate the hand a little bit. Oh my goodness, there is a lot of work involved with all of this. Just make sure that the butterfly joint is all the way over. Bring it up to like here. Bring the head over, put the head mouth up like so. And then if you would just cooperate a little bit, then we can do something like that. And then if we can put into a little bit of action pose, of course, bend the knee just a bit, lean in, spread the other leg, ankle pivots so that everything makes sense and works. Don't lean that far in. Leg is a little bit in refusal. And maybe have the fist a little bit more like this. Something like that. Not exactly what I wanted, but we got something there in the end. And let's see how this little 2-pack looks back to back with one another. And we will try doing something a little bit like that, sort of. Yeah. And there we have it, folks. There is some really, really cool Legend Remastered Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Of course, you have the Jason, the Red Ranger, Tommy, the Green Ranger, of course, Jason David Frank, and Austin St. John. And they're very, very cool. That almost looks like it could be a kind of statue. It's really well made, the way that all looks. I really like the articulation on it. Once again, there's always problems to try and connect those helmets onto the bodies. I don't know why Hasbro has never been able to make that interchangeably easy, but I think that is really, really cool. That's a really, really nice look for the Green Ranger and the Red Ranger, both together. So yeah, really pleased with that, really happy. I think those are going to probably sit together. I'm not going to buy the rest of the Lightning Collection Remastered. I'd already decided that when there wasn't the unmasked Jason. I don't see the purpose of having 5 of the 6 figures having the unmasked head. What I wanted to do was pose them all with their little power morphers. We're going to have to put over there to get it to go into focus. I wanted to do that with all of them, but without the unmasked head for Jason, it is not exactly possible. Maybe you can use the head from the previous Lightning Collection figures, which I do have. I've got the smiling head from the Gold Ranger of Jason, and I've got the regular head from the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers figure for Jason as well. I've also got the heads for Rocky from when he switched to becoming the new Red Ranger, and later Blue Ranger in Zeo as well. But for me, Red Ranger should always be Austin St. John. He was the original, and in my opinion, oh my goodness, cough. In my opinion, I think the best of the Red Rangers. The only other Red Ranger that I think is comparable is Zeo, which of course was Tommy Oliver, which was Jason David Frank. Because those two, for me, that is Power Rangers, the two of them. So, very cool to see this. I think it looks really good. I think the Green Ranger with the Green Dragon Shield looks very, very cool. I think it's, it's kind of grown on me. I think it's kind of nice that it makes you work to get your complete Green Ranger. Now, I don't think that isn't a good thing. That isn't something that they want to go letting Hasbro know that we're willing to buy multiple figures to make one thing. But I think in this one instance, I was willing to do it. I think it looks really good as well. I don't think the back of the Green Dragon Shield looks that fantastic. I think that is the only unfortunate thing, but I think there has to be something that has to be made in a way for it to, be able to clip in and, come off. So I think what they've done with it is the best that they can do. I think that is, good enough. But, I mean, the way that this looks, it looks absolutely stunning. It looks amazing. I'm really happy to have that as part of my collection as well. And with that said, folks, I think that is going to be the end of this little video. I really hope you all enjoyed. And once again, if you guys want to see more Power Rangers stuff, do let me know in the comment section below. Let me know with the views, let me know with the likes. Make sure that it grabs my attention, because I have an entire collection of Power Rangers Lightning Collection that I have not yet done. I have the entirety of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. We've got Green Ranger and White Ranger, obviously. We've got Lord Zed, Rita. I've got the entire the power-upped versions, the sparkly versions with the alternate head sculpts on all of those as well. We've got all of the Ninja Rangers, we've got all of the Zeo Rangers, and we've got a whole load more. We have loads of Power Ranger stuff. A large part of the reason I haven't been doing it is because whenever I do Power Ranger stuff, it doesn't tend to get amazing views, and things like Sonic get significantly more views sometimes. So if you're a fan of Sonic and stuff, by all means, support all of that as well. But if you're in the Power Rangers camp, then make sure that the Power Rangers videos get a lot more views than the Sonic videos, and let me know in the comment section below and saying, hey, we've got you the views, give us the videos. And I absolutely 100% will. But that is going to be it for this video, folks. I really hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, did I say this already? If you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.